Okay, so here's my Lopi Freedom blower assembly, which if you were to buy it from Lopi would cost you $400. A little ridiculous. General construction, it's not worth $400. It's just some cheap, simple bent sheet metal, some simple blowers inside. These motors I replaced about a year or two ago for only $40. The motors are not expensive. Screwed together on that bracket, but the rest of it was pretty much pop riveted. So you have to drill out those pop rivets with an 1/8 inch drill bit. Recently I had put in these self-drilling screws because if you're going to take it apart and clean it, you can't have it pop riveted. And I will show you the inside of it. My plan is to replace it with this GFK 21-K2 bbq factory blower kit assembly that I picked up off of eBay. Doesn't claim to be a retrofit for this, but this is the closest I could find to it, so I'm going to shoehorn this bad boy in there. But you'll see the differences in a minute. So you can see I've opened it up here, pulled out one of the motors. Blowers, you see the inside of this blower, it's a plastic double inlet wheel. The reason why I'm taking this apart and wanting to replace it is because this, as you can see, it's cracked, and which means when it spins it's off center and it vibrates, and it'll eventually just come apart. So gotta replace it. And I looked all over the web for just a plastic double inlet wheel. Closest fit I could find was out of stock at Global Industries, so I went a different route. Alright, well, it's going to be a longer day. You can see that the height's different. Which means I gotta do some fancy cuttery. Not your average person's gonna want to do this, but basically what I'm gonna have to do, this is a tight fit. I'm probably gonna have to cut a hole in this little spot right here. I'll use a Dremel cutoff wheel to get into small places so that the motor can actually stick through on the inside here, which I think is going to be close. Going to be real close. You can see on this side how close it is on that. You can see on this side how close it'll be here. It might just work. We'll see. Alright, here's the result of the hack to get this motor in. So I had to cut that hole. I was able to keep some structural integrity to this thing, so I think it'll work. Basically the way it's going to fit in there, it's close call, close fit, but it actually does fit. So let's see if I get a better angle here. So as you can see, it's pretty much in the same position, the outlet of the blower, as the old one. You can see where the motor had to go through the wall, but as far as aesthetics go, what you're going to see from the outside is that, and that's not bad. I can live with that. As far as the electrical in here, you'll see when the whole thing is together. I don't think that'll be a problem as far as where your hand goes to pull the damper out. So I don't know if I'll have to put a guard over that or not, but we'll see. All right. So as you can see, after taking my time working on putting in these holes, I was able to fit it anyways, and there's enough room for where that damper valve comes through here, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Terminals are pointing away, so that's not too bad. I think it'll be safe anyways. I had to knock off a corner in there. It's kind of tough to see with the light here, but on this bracket right here, just to clear the motor as well. But I think that's all the hacking I have to do. Now it's a matter of wiring this thing up. Okay, here's the end result. You got to be a little comfortable doing minor electrical, and also there's this blower on one side was a little finicky because the shroud was actually on the wrong side of the motor, so you have to flip it around. And anyways, as far as tidying up, tucking in the wires and whatnot, it wasn't too bad. I had to do a little this protective screen that comes with the original blower assembly. Just had to cut and notch and kind of bend this up just so that it protected the motor. But it went together pretty good. I had to keep just 2 pop rivets because this backside needs to be relatively flush if you're using the original thermal switch. In any event, this is what it's going to look like from the front. So barely perceptible that there's actually anything different. I do need to touch this up because I scratched that up on my table a little bit. A little black stove paint will make that look okay. But all in all, I don't think it's too bad. Not bad for a $65 complete overhaul. And that's that. And it is running. That's how loud it is, which is not loud at all. Looks good. Feel the heat coming out from here. That's what it looks like from the front.